Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Porter. Um, I always get some difficult assignments. Today, we're going to be attempting to change the pull cord on an Ariens snowblower. As you can see, that's where the pull cord should come out of. I heard it's pretty simple. I don't think it's too much to it. So we're gonna see if we can try to change this bad boy. Let's see what we got here. Sorry about that. We do have the cord from the Home Depot. Picked up one of these universal pull cords. Guess it's for snow blowers, lawnmowers, etc. So we'll check it out and see what's going on here. Let's get set up here so we can kind of do this. Customer wants to have their snowblower ready just in case it snows. I set my camera up about right there. And let's see if we can get in there and do some work. Let's see what we got here. So get my little socket set ready. See how easy these screws come out. That's an 8mm bolt or head that I should say. This thing is pretty easy. I read the instructions. It basically said take this housing off, turn it counterclockwise to the very end, then turn it back one full turn and kind of feed the cord through. So let's see what we got here. It's kind of tight to get that in there. Can we even? That might be a little. Well, if you can see it, allegedly you can get it, right? Just take your time. There you go. That's gonna probably be the hottest one to put back in. So we got that boy out of there. I guess it helps to have small fingers. Now I got two more. Got one on this side, one on the other side. Let's take this one out first. Should be a total of 4 bolts total. Some are screws, some are bolts. I guess you call this a screw. It's more of a screw than a bolt. That's a hex head, but you guys can see what I'm doing, but trying not to be in the way too much. Doing this kind of okay, got 3 screws. One more, and then let's see what we got. Okay. Let's see what we got inside here once we pull this off. Okay. You see where the old cord was. It wasn't. This is the old cord. Let me get that old cord out of there. Let's see where it. So it feeds into this little slot right here. And let me get the needle nose out. Grab that out of there. Always carry my Gerber. One of the tools that I swear by. Just slide it out. It's like a needle nose. It's a multi-tool. It's one of those kind of tools you want to carry in the woods if you're going to go in the woods. So it's going to pull that. See that? This little, I can get it. It's kind of tough to pull that out. It's like a little struggle just to get that out of there. Oh, I see what's going on. I think this whole cord is kind of wrapped around this. See if we can free this up. I think the whole cord is kind of, that's weird. That's why it's so hard to come off. This cord is kind of, you can see it, it's kind of wrapped around. So I gotta kind of find the spot where it, so what it looks like, what happened with this particular one, looks like the knot broke off from the handle and the cord raveled up around it. So now I gotta kind of find the beginning of that so I can at least get this separated. I was thinking the cord was disconnected, but in this situation it wasn't really disconnected. It was more or less, you see I'm pulling it out. So this cord is coming out of here little by little. Just kind of pulling it all the way around. So this makes it, see, they got the full cord. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the full, that's the cord. And I'm just gonna keep pulling it. Try to get it all the way out. So what I can do, I can use this as my reference length. Since I do have a length to reference it, but this is pretty long. So you guys can see how long it is. That's the cord, that's the pull, that's the cord right there. So it's pretty much probably the whole length. Now I can pull this out of this little, that little knot. You can see that little knot right there. There's a little knot, like right where my finger is. Now I can pull this knot out. See that knot? Pull that knot out of there. Before I was using the needle nose to pull it, and it wouldn't pull because of that particular reason. Okay. Open up my package. Take this out of here. The handle is, you gotta feed the cord through the handle, so put it aside for now. I got my cord. It's nylon, regular nylon. I'm gonna kind of lengthen this up and give myself some little extra so to cut off for the excess. Always give yourself more. So this thing here is, so it's pretty much, I'm not going to cut anything off yet. I'm just going to try to feed it through here. Maybe cut the other part off at the very end. So this is what they're telling us to do. We take this thing and I guess we're supposed to turn it counterclockwise until we can't turn anymore. So if I'm looking at it this way and I turn it counterclockwise, would mean I just turn it this way. Turn it counterclockwise is against the clock. You can feel the tension on it. So I'm gonna keep turning until I can't turn anymore. I still got more turn. There's a lot of turn there. Do they really want you to keep turning so you can't turn anymore? A lot of tension. They say turn it to the end, and then let's see, we get it. All right, so we're stopped right there. That's the end. Now they say let it go one full turn. So one full turn to be when this is back around again. So let's do one full turn. Like that. Yeah, so let this go all the way around to here. I'm gonna stop it there. We're gonna stick we'll stick a screwdriver in there so it doesn't spin on us. Stick a screwdriver in there. Now, I'm gonna find this little hole. Well, actually it lines right up with it too. So that hole, ironically, you guys can see that, right where I stopped the screwdriver at. That's where I gotta feed my thread through this little hole through here. Let's see how easy that is, or how hard it is. Let's see what we can do. I try to see if I can do it on camera so you can see what I'm doing. It's kind of tough because the camera's like in front of me. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can feed this through here, through that little hole. It actually went right through. Pretty good. So now that you're through there, see that? I just fed it. I don't know if you can see what I did. I fed it through here. Just like that. Just, oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Fed it right through the hole. I got lucky. I fed it straight through, and it was stiff enough to go straight through the hole. Now I'm gonna tie a couple of knots on it. See if I can duplicate the knots like the other one. That one looks like they did a double loop knot. So I'm just gonna tie a knot similar the same way. Basically just kind of loop it around like this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but all I did was tie a knot like that. You see, it's pretty much almost similar to what they did. That knot, to show you one that they have. I just duplicated what I thought I saw. Similar to what I did 3, they did 2. Just gonna tighten it up and that like that. Now I can just pull this back through now. You guys can see that. Well, I apologize for the light. I'm using a kind of like one of those work lights. So I got that through there. Now I'm gonna let some of this tension off and let this thing roll in. See how far it can roll up. Just gonna do it nice and slow so I don't go spinning too fast. Let this thing go in. Don't want to lose my. Just gonna take it nice and slow and let it gradually just roll in. Holding the cord at the same time I'm holding this, so I got friction on both sides. Just let it roll up. See how far it rolls in. Actually, it pretty much rolls the whole thing in. Alright, so since it does, put my screwdriver back in there. And I'm not going to stop this up today. The worst case scenario, if it's too long, I already got my cord. I can always cut it and redo it again. So the cord is on there. It is rolled around the thing, nice and kind of taut. And I put my handle on the end. Right now you see there's no handle on there. And that's going to feed that through and tie a knot. And reassemble it back on. And maybe tomorrow, if I get a chance, I'll give it a good pull and see if it's, well, pretty sure if you pull it, it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't, but always good to test it out to make sure. And I was going to do the same thing I did over there, tie my triple knot on the end of this. And I think that will probably do it. One more. And they say you're supposed to heat it up. I guess I could use a lighter and heat it up a little bit. Can't hurt. So it doesn't unravel. These kind of knots shouldn't unravel because there's tension on them. If this knot unravels, then something's wrong. But what you could do, let me see. You always get a lighter. Just heat it up so the nylon just melts a little bit. So what you would do is, even though you have a knot like this, get your long lighter and just heat it up for like 3 seconds. Just something like that. And just so it's not gonna unravel. And if it does unravel, it'll give you some time to do it all over again. Usually they shouldn't unravel because they're under a lot of, if you pull them in tight enough, they shouldn't unravel. Okay, so now I'm gonna mount this bad boy right back on the thing as we found it. Let's see what we got. I don't know how this, I think it just drops in place. I don't see any particular gears and which way it's supposed to go. I'm looking, but I don't see nothing in particular. So it looks like it just drops in place. Take a quick look at this to make sure. Okay, we'll put it back the way we found it in. If it faces up, it should face this way. And I believe that's the way it came off. So we're just gonna, like, I don't know how it engages. Maybe it has a certain way it engages. We'll figure that out later. There must be something that engages with this. Or maybe it's like a centrifugal force too. Some of these things have like a centrifugal force switch. So at this point, we're not gonna worry about that right now. We're just gonna put it back on. And as long as it spins and works when we start it, we're not gonna worry about how it works. So let's see if I can do it this way. Trying to do it the easiest way without making a mess out of things. Okay, we got that up there like that. We're gonna slide this so the hole lines up. Get this one hole. The first one's always the toughest one. Let me see if I can do it this way. Try to do it one. But that's not gonna work that way. let's look at the hole. Put the screw in it and start it from there. So that's the hole right there. Okay, get that one started. I like to just start them all before I tighten them up. So let's get this one. Yes, that started, so that's good. Let me start the bottom one. I like to get them all started before I start tightening anything up. Okay, that one I guess started. Always make sure they go in easy because you don't want to cross thread anything. Then you're back out here with a tap and die set trying to rethread the holes, and that's not good. So you don't want to be doing that. If it's too tight to go, chances are it's not. Always get about 4 to 5 revolutions before you put any serious pressure on it. These ones feel like they're going pretty good. So take your time. Now this one over here is on the opposite side, so let's do the same thing. It helps to have small hands. My hands ain't that small, but over the years I was able to maneuver. All right, so that one's in. Just turning a couple more turns to make sure it's in the threads. All right, perfect. Now, put my ratchet back on. Yeah. It's easier than I thought. I thought it would be a little harder than this, but I see some people made this seem harder. And I'm gonna just kind of alternate until we get it nice and snug. Now you don't want to over tie it, but you want to make it so they don't. That one's pretty tight. And tighten this one up a little snugger. That one's pretty snug. Like I said, you don't want to over tight it. You just want to get them so they don't back almost just as tight as you found them. You're just gonna change out the belt. It's always good to have extra shear pins too. One day if I have to change a shear pin, I'll show you guys how to change a shear pin on these things. The shear pins they're designed that way so if you hit a hard object or you have an overload on your blades, you don't break up the shaft. So the shear pins are designed to break away. Always make sure you get the right shear pins so they work properly. They're pretty easy to change out. You can do them on the fly once you get the right tools. Can't help to have an extra pull cord around. Even though this does have electric start too, so they wouldn't be out of a bind. They do have electric starter on this as well. All right, so we put the pull cord on. Too bad I couldn't have done a better video. I gotta hire a cameraman to do some work for me. So took off the old cord. This is the old one. It's probably about the same length. You know, this one was a black cord. I thought, well, the customer told me that the cord broke. I didn't know the cord broke from the handle part of it. So I'm thinking it was just a knot stuck inside of the little, I guess you call it the flywheel. Well, I don't know if you really want to call it the flywheel, but Got assembly there. So what we did, we did change it for them. I'm just gonna give it a little pull, make sure the tension is working right. And after that, we'll start it some other time. Oh yeah, you can feel it. Yeah, it's gonna work. I'm not gonna try to start it because it's kind of late on here, and I want to hear noises. But as long as I get the tension on it, I think that's gonna work fine. You do have to prime it. I do think they took the gas out of it anyway because they stored it for the they did store it. Yeah, there's no gas in there. Well, there is. Wait a minute. Maybe there is gas in there. No, there is none. So they do need gas. So you don't want to. Yeah, there's no gas in there. So it wouldn't start. It probably wouldn't start anyway. And you also got to prime it. Turn the key to. I guess this is on. Or that off. That'd be on. This would be off. That's just I guess that's your speed control. I guess that's your gas shut off right there. Now this is your speed control down here. So that's probably just that's the choke. Okay, that's the choke. They're all different, but once you look at them, you can figure them out. If all else fails, read the instructions on there. All right, guys, I just want to show you a little something, nothing major. Got my little trusty light right there. That's my rigid. You can't see it. My rigid light. That light, had that for years. Hasn't failed me yet. It kind of bends around and does different things. If you guys see one of these, they last pretty good. So yes, we have. It's always good to have that scooper on there too, because you don't want to put your hands inside there. So that scooper is a must. You should definitely have a scooper on there. The shear pins, I checked the shear pins earlier. The shear pins are good. They're intact. There is some plastic around one of the things. I'm gonna clean that out. Get that going. And I'm probably gonna put a little grease on there too. These things have like a, I don't know if you guys know it. They have a grease fitting on either side of the shaft. So it can't hurt to put some grease in there before you get it up and running. See that piece of plastic over there? I gotta look like some plastic. I'll have to pull that off of there. This side looks good. Nothing on that side. The blades look good. The back is looking good. No problems with that. It's a good idea to spray some WD-40 in here before you take it outside and use it, because it helps the snow not stick to the housing. Spray some WD-40 in there as well, so the snow doesn't stick as good. You check the electric start. Electric start is working fine. We're going to check the oil too, make sure they got good levels of oil in it before we start it. Spark plugs, they look decent. I checked those earlier. And if you don't know, always double check to make sure. Let's take a quick walk around and see what else we see here. These are heated handles, by the way, too. So that's gonna help you when you're outside. These got heated handles. So let's see. Everything's looking good. Tire pressure is good. So yeah, it looks like they're ready to go. Just take a quick walk around. Make sure everything's tidied up on there. That's where you put your electric your extension cord for the electric starter. You just push that little red button and it will turn it over. Um, yeah. Looks like everything is pretty decent here. It's missing one bolt right there though too. I see that it's missing a bolt. Yeah. I'm not too sure what happened there. We may have to get a new bolt for that. It's missing one bolt. Nothing major, but it could have came loose the last time they used it. This does have a light on it too. I'm just gonna give it another quick walk around and I'm gonna head up out of here. Just get an idea what else needs to be done to this. Yeah, I think that's it. This priming bulb is good. Alright guys, I'm gonna head up out of here. Just want to show you a little something. Get you guys on the next one.